This is the Healthy Business Podcast, the show for ambitious business owners who want to grow and scale in a healthy way. I'm Sarah Cook, and I'll be sharing with you tips, inspiration, and proven methods from leading business experts, entrepreneurs, and health and wellness professionals to help you grow your business with more income and having more impact, but in a way that works for you. Because when you have clarity and strategy, you can achieve the results you want. In today's show, we're going to be looking at 3 easy steps to help you convert your interested audience into paying clients. So we're going to look at your audience, we're going to look at how to convert them, and we're going to also look at the importance of trust. So if you're listening to this, then you probably have a warm audience of potential clients, and you want to know how you can convert them into paying clients. So today I'm going to take you through 3 easy steps which you need to be doing to build your client base, convert your followers, and ensure that your business grows. So first off, as I mentioned, we're going to be looking at your audience. You need to make sure that you have the right audience before you can turn them into raving fans. So take some time to think about your ideal client. You might want to grab a piece of paper at this stage, you might want to press pause, grab yourself a notebook, because what I want you to do is to think about your ideal client. List out as many details as you can about them, and the more specific you can be on this, thinking, I know my ideal client, they're the person that comes to see me. Is it who you want to be working with? Now, this is really important when you're building a healthy business. I don't want you to be working with people who you think you should be working with. This is who you want to be working with. So go into that detail, that person who really lights you up, that you look forward to seeing, and your client that really you get excited about. So who are they? What is it about them that gets you excited? What is it about them that they need your support with? That all of those things become really, really important when you're looking at your ideal client. So who are they? What's their age, demographics, their lifestyle choices, where they go on holiday, what they do for work, do they have children? All of this stuff means that you can make sure that you are showing up in the right place, but also that you're attracting the right people to you. Because when we start understanding exactly who our ideal client is, then we can start connecting with them, we can start nurturing them, and we can then convert them. So there is a whole separate podcast show on ideal clients, so make sure you check that one out. But for this instance, I really just spend a bit of time thinking about your ideal client, who they are, but also where they hang out, online and offline, and also then go into detail around the problems they have. Why is it that they need your support and need your help to help solve their problem? Okay, so once you've got a clear idea on your ideal client and your audience, understand whether your current audience is the right one. So you know who your ideal client is. Take a look at your audience and see if that ideal client is actually in there. Or have you got a whole load of people that are never going to be your ideal client? Maybe you've got lots of friends and family in your audience that are either never going to buy from you or make comments that aren't useful. That can quite often happen. I think friends and family can be really, really helpful and really, really useful. However, they can also have a negative impact on your audience. If they're there and they never comment, they never show up, then actually your algorithms will be impacted on that. Social media platforms like engagement. They like to have the right audience because it shows that you've got that connection with them, and that will help build your engagement, but also your reach. So if you've got the wrong people in your audience, the people who are in there that are your ideal client are actually less likely to see your posts. So think about whether your audience at the moment is filled with your ideal client or whether it's not. And then you might want to make some changes. You might want to delete those friends and family, and that's okay, because you're growing your business and you want the right people to see your posts. Okay, so moving on to the how. Now, you need to be clear on this, because knowing how you can help your ideal client and the results that they can expect makes it a lot easier for you to then nurture them and for you to then convert them. So this is broken down into 3 parts. The first part is understanding the benefit of why your ideal client would choose you, as well as choosing your product or your service. Thinking about a unique selling point. What makes you different? What makes that product and service different that enables you to stand out from everything else that's going on in this busy world? Don't forget, you are you. You are the only person that can help this person, help your ideal client. Don't forget that you are you. You are the only person who can help your ideal client in this situation. We want you to be different. Your story is different, your experience, your expertise, they're all different. Even if your competitor down the road has done exactly the same qualifications as you have a different life experience. You will do things in a different way because you are different. People are attracted to people, especially in the health and wellness space. And that emotional connection, those emotional relationships are what is going to connect people to you. And that's what's going to make you different as well. So stand proud, share your why, share why you're good at what you do and why you're passionate about it, why you get excited about it. This makes a real difference to people. It may sound trivial, but as I said, so much of purchase decisions are made on the emotions, not necessarily from a logical decision. And that means people want to know you. Okay, so the second part of this is about you providing value and reasons to believe. You don't want to be in constant sales mode. You don't want to be pushing your products and services onto people all the time. This may sound counterintuitive, but actually you want to attract people to you. You want to share valuable information and your content to increase that belief, increase that trust in what you do. We talked about people getting to know the real you. And all of this comes down to building the know, like, and trust factor, because that's where relationships are built. So if you're thinking about, okay, well, how am I going to do this? How am I going to share value? How am I going to share reasons to believe? Thinking about your content. Content is king. And if they're following you and they are your ideal client, they want to hear from you. They want to see what it is that you do and how you do things. So share that content about not just why you do it, but also how you can help them. Maybe share about the experience if they were to come and work with you or if they were to use the product. Share those benefits that they will have a result as well. Don't forget that testimonials are probably the best thing from a social proof perspective. They are gold dust. And there is nothing better than sharing a client's positive feedback. You know, people love to gossip, don't they? You know, people love to share their opinions on things, and it's the same with anything. And I think also, you know, if you're looking for a recommendation, you turn to your friends first of all. So if you can use your testimonials to help people, tip them over that point from being interested in your product or service and turning them into a paying client, a testimonial can do that super, super easily, because it's not just you saying that you're great, it's your clients saying you're great. And that is proof that what you do and what you sell is amazing. How could you ask the right questions to your clients that enables you to get a really solid testimonial out there? This isn't about just saying, oh, you know what, Sarah's great. This is about being specific. So think around the questions that you could ask that would enable you to get a testimonial that speaks to your ideal client's problem and enables that conversion to happen. Also sharing industry content, you know, whether it's products or services, share that research, share some content that your industry have that will back up what you do. Maybe there's a lifestyle article that you've seen in a magazine or a newspaper, but sharing the benefits of what you do and how you can help. Again, it just gives that social proof that what you do and how you help people actually can benefit a lot of other people. It's not just you telling them that. So as a massage therapist, I would share articles on the benefits of the treatments I offered. I worked a lot with pre and postnatal mums, so I would really explore and do some research myself on articles as to how massage therapy would help with that, the importance of that in relaxation, in preparation for labor, etc. You can go into this in a whole variety of different detail, but industry content or research papers, not in heavy depth. This isn't about bombarding people with information. This is about using it as content. It might be just picking out a couple of sentences or from a whole article perspective, what is right for you, for your audience, that backs up the benefits of what it is that you're offering. So really thinking about where you could go for that information and how you could do it. The third part of this is making sure that your pricing and your packaging options are super clear. So we've worked out our target audience, we've made sure that our ideal client is in our audience, and we've identified their problems. You can then work out a package or a product that is going to provide a solution to that problem. This isn't about us. This isn't about what we want to do. This is about helping your ideal client solve their problem. So thinking about what that looks like. It might be, if you're doing a package, that you identify how many sessions they're going to need to have with you. If it's products, then thinking about the right products for them. Maybe there's a series of products that they need. Maybe there's a combination of products that they need that will help them overcome the problem that they're seeing you for. You can then understand what the pricing plan looks like for that. I wouldn't generally recommend people offer one-off sessions. I know that that is a big trend in this industry, but actually you're much more likely to have a longer term relationship if you can help solve their problem. So understanding how many sessions, how many products, the type of sessions, type of products, you're much more likely not just to help them solve that problem, but you're much more likely to bring more value into your business, as well as creating that relationship for a long-term perspective. And we know that retaining clients can make a massive difference to the success of a healthy business. Once you've got your packaging and your pricing and your products all sorted, we want to make it easy for those clients to contact you or to book with you or to buy from you. So it's all well and good having beautiful products that you're sharing on social media, but if you don't tell them how they can buy them from you, then you're missing a trick. So making sure you've got that call to action, make it easy for people. Have you got your contact details there? If they need to book on a website, have you got the link to the website? Make it super simple. If it's too confusing, then that leads to inaction, which means they're not going to buy from you, and that means you've lost a sale. So make it super simple. As I said, this isn't about selling all the time, but you do need to make it easy for people to find you as well as to buy from you. Okay, so the third part of this, I really want to talk about trust and the importance of trust, because we all know that what you do is amazing. You have a passion for it, and that is obviously going to shine through, but we need to get you out there. So once you've decided your ideal client, your target audience, you've given them the benefits of working with you, we need to build that trust. When someone first comes into your audience, they know nothing about you, potentially they know nothing about your products and services. So we need to warm them up. We need to build that know, like, and trust, that relationship. And that all comes from nurturing. And a big part of this is trust. Trust is what is going to convert those warm leads into paying clients. And I think especially within the health and wellness industry, this is a really big part of it, because people have real problems, don't they? And quite often they have to get vulnerable with you, and they want to come to you because they need help, they need support. So they need to know that they can trust you before they're going to share those problems, before they're going to share their hard-earned money. So again, this sort of trust section is broken down into 3 parts. The first part is about being visible. You can provide the best service, have the best products, but if nobody knows you or what you do, they're not going to be able to come to you. So thinking about how often you post on social media, thinking about how many emails you send to your client base, thinking about your website. How can people find you? We need to be visible, and we need to be consistent with that visibility as well. So making sure you're posting regularly on your social media, making sure you're sending regular emails to your client base, and not just always selling to them. Going live on Facebook if you feel comfortable going live. Content is king. Content is king as well. So going live on your Facebook, going live on your Instagram, talking about what you do, sharing the benefits of your products, your services, and of working with you. This can all be a great way in building trust. And it is the best way for people to get to know you as well. If they can hear you, if they can see you, then you feel that emotional connection. You feel that you know that person already. So when they do come to see you for the first time, or they buy from you, they've already got that connection with you. And that is really important. I think the other part of trust is to keep your message simple. Quite often as health and wellness experts, we know that we have amazing knowledge. It's pretty extensive, for all of the qualifications that you've had to do, whether it's months, whether it's years that you've been studying, we never really stop, do we? But we know we can help our clients. However, we need to ensure that our message is super clear and can be understood, because it's highly likely that our target audience doesn't have the same qualifications as you. And so we pretty often need to break things down. And that means not overcomplicating things. It means not using jargon. It means not using acronyms. It means not using technical terms. Yes, we want to have that level of trust, that level of authority and expertise, But if a client doesn't understand what you're talking about, it's going to lead to confusion and therefore inaction. So keep your message simple, keep the language simple. When I'm talking from a massage therapy perspective, there's no point in me talking about muscle types, muscle names. Most lay people will not understand that, and that is absolutely fine. What I can do is talk about where they're feeling stress and tension. So, for example, talking about neck, shoulders, that's where people tend to feel sore. So if I have my content that says, are you feeling tight in your neck and shoulders? They're going to understand that. If I start saying, is your trapezius muscle feeling tight, etc., they're just not necessarily going to understand it. We need to keep things simple and not overcomplicate it. Similarly, talk about the solutions. Don't focus on the problems or the negativity, because clients know their problem. They want a solution, and that is what we need to focus on. Being positive in your message. Again, no one likes to hear that negativity. They want to feel great, and they want to have that feeling, that emotional positivity, and that understanding. Showing that empathy is great, but then turn that into a positive message. So they'll trust you if they know that you can help them, and they know that you can help them feel great. And so much of what I said is that emotional side. So helping them feel great is really, really key. To make things a little bit easier, think about your tone of voice and your language. How do you want to come across to your clients? Do you want to be approachable, informal? Maybe it's about being authoritative. Thinking about what it is and how you want to come across might really help when you're looking at your messaging. And the third part of this is about nurturing people. I've talked about taking people through from that initial awareness stage and then converting them. Building that trust is all about nurturing them. Giving potential clients reasons to believe in you and booking with you is key. So think about what makes you different. Think about those different stories, your unique elements that you have to tell. Whether it's providing them with some value and a reason to believe in you, those testimonials, the client feedback, but maybe you've won some awards, maybe you've recently qualified in something new. Sharing your journey, sharing different elements about what makes you different, whether it's from a long period of time or even just from a day-to-day perspective. Whatever you're doing, share, what you're eating, what exercise you're doing. We're all in the health and wellness space, and your clients are interested to know how you keep yourself healthy as well. So share that, make it different, make yourself you, and add that personality into it as well. You're not the same as anyone else. You are totally you and totally different. So I know that sometimes it can feel quite hard building your business and converting that audience into paying clients, but consistency is key. And consistency means regularly showing up, regularly putting yourself out there and being visible. So thinking about what that looks like for you, I would love to hear your thoughts on this. So do leave me a review. Feel free to share this with anyone who you think might be useful, and I will see you on the next show. Thanks for listening to the Healthy Business Podcast. You can get a copy of my best-selling book, Healthy You, Wealthy Business, over on my website, sarahcookcoaching.com/book. In there, you'll find practical advice, useful tools, and real actionable steps to help you be your best self and build a wildly successful business with ease, so that you can create a limitless life in the way that you choose.